Hi everyone! This is Inna
And this is Masha.
and today in our streaming video we would like to explain you mergeSort because in the second module we're studying algorithms and data structures.
Right, and in data structures, time complexity really matters. And time complexity of different sorting methods are different. In our case, mergeSort is a very powerful tool to sort a very large list, so it can actually save lots of time. And if you're interested in it, let's get into more details because I think it might be very useful.
We hope that you will like our video.
Firstly, let me introduce you what the mergeSort is in general and how to work with it. So the best way to describe mergeSort is to consider some simple problem, where for instance we need to line up pupils at the physical culture lesson according to their growth. So at the beginning we have the group of people which are huddled together and we divide them into this group into two. So as you can see, we have the first group of 4 and the second group of 3, because as the condition we had an odd number of pupils. The next step is also dividing these groups into 2. So we get 3 pairs and 1 separate pupil. And the next step will be also dividing these groups into 2, separating these pairs, and this step will be the last for us. So we have separated individuals. At the next step, we are beginning to pair the individuals up and have the total of 2 in each pair stand to the right of the other one. Pretty soon everyone is organized into these left-right ordered pairs. Next, we start merging the ordered pairs into ordered groups of 4, and here we have 1 ordered group of 4 and 1 ordered group of 3, and so on. Finally, we have a complete group of 7 high ordered line of people, just like the one encountered above.
Alright, so now you have understood more or less how mergeSort works, well, at least we hope. So now let's get into the code part and actually see what happens, how to program the mergeSort. In order to do it, first of all we have to create a function, and obviously we just named our function mergeSort, and we take in one parameter a list. So that's the list that we are going to sort. First of all, we check if the list consists of only one element. Because it's obvious that if there's only one element in the list, then you don't have to sort anything. You can just print it out and everyone is happy. But if it's not, then we have to dive deeper into the list and to see what should we do. We create a parameter mid, which is the middle element of the list, and we say that alright, the left part of the list will be the part that is from the start until the middle one, and the right part is the middle element to the last element, which is pretty logical, I think. Oops, we actually do not need this one now, so I'll just get rid of it. And after that we call for recursion. We call recursion on mergeSort, the left part and the right part, but it will do the left part first, as we call it first. Call the function back and back again, so we'll go through this if statement lots of times until we end up with splitted elements. So every sublist is split into single elements. Okay, the first part is clear, and let's move on. Let's see what happens next. This is the main part of the mergeSort. So we have split it now, everything successfully. Now I is the index of the left part, so everything that we consider as the left part, when we start to merge all of the splitted sublists into bigger lists, all of the parts that are left parts, we assign I to them, and the right parts, we assign J to them. And K is for the indexes of the final list. Let's go further. We have a while loop that helps us to compare left element and right element. So what does these all mean? At first we started with the if statement, right? So we had a list and we just split the left part into smaller left parts and smaller left parts. So now we have the most left element and the element that is one index right from it. We take those two elements and we enter the while loop. Now we compare those parts, and if the left part is smaller than the right part, then we add in the left part first, because we have to sort it in ascending order. So the case element of a list will be the left I, and we'll go to the next element in the left part and compare the second element in the left part with the first element in the right part that is still there. The second one is greater, then we'll do the same thing again and again and again until the left part will stop. Or if the other way around, then we'll just add in the right element and everything else. It might be so that elements in one part are smaller than elements in the other part. So after lots of comparisons done in the first while loop, we are still ended up with some left elements from either the left part or the right part, and we enter depending on which elements are left. If the elements on the left part are left, then we enter this while loop and we just start to add in. We just plainly add in the elements of the left part into a list, and we just increment. We do the increment, we increase the indexes until there's are no more elements in the left part, right? Or the other way around. So every time we do the same thing with the right part, depending on the situation. And that's pretty much it. Now let's check it on an example. So we have a list here. I just entered some random numbers, and okay, let's run it. Yay! See what it gives us. It gives us a sorted list. If you're not satisfied with this, well, there's nothing I can do, but we can actually check each step by printing out each step. So we can just check it in case sometimes, anything can happen. Print the A list while we are doing this part so you can see every split part, and let's print it at the end. How about this? Oops. Okay, great. So let's have a little evaluation at what happens here. Having this single list, we split the left part, we split the left part, and we split it again. So we have 54 and 26. After that, we start to enter the while loop. We merge those two, and then we go to the right part of this left part of the list, and we do the same thing. So we split them into single elements, we merge them back, and then we compare the two individually merged parts and split them into a bigger part. Merge them into a bigger part. After what we do the same thing with the right half. Wait. Okay. So here you go.
Have you watched the whole video?
We know that you definitely think that it's great.
If it is so, don't be so shy to put a like and subscribe to our channel. Bye!
Bye.